Hello and welcome to Talking Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig right here in Starshot Studio, right in the middle of Times Square. And we are going to have a lot of laughs today. We are interviewing my friend who is a comedian and TV and radio personality, Chuck Nice. He is the funniest person I know, a veteran in the business. You know him as, you've seen him in commercials. You've seen him as a host of almost everything, right?
This is,
Yeah. House and Garden,
yeah.
Star Talk.
I've had a lot of failed TV shows.
He's always, I'm always like, Chuck, what are you doing? He's like, I'm hosting this, I'm hosting that. And we have the same agent. So I think he likes Chuck better. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
So I am really happy to have you here. And just because I adore you and we were able to make this work.
Yeah.
But you really revealed a more serious side to you, even though it was funny. You have a very successful TED Talk.
Yes, which I want to be a lot more successful because
500,000 people have seen it.
But I need it to be 1 million people.
Oh, all right. We're getting there.
I really do. So go to go.ted.com/ChuckNice and watch my talk.
You know, we'll make sure to have a link so everybody can see it.
That's fantastic.
So when we promote this show and get it out there, we'll make sure that we have a link to the TED Talk.
We love it.
It's in 12 different languages of note, the transcription. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you have told me something. And that is something that they do more of, the more views you get, and two, the more they like the talk.
Yeah.
And so I did a talk at the last TED conference in Vancouver.
How did they find you?
I was a recommendation to the gentleman who owns TED by a friend.
Okay.
They were looking for some humor to add to the conference. And he said, hey, you really got to check out this guy, Chuck Nice.
Nice.
We talked, and basically at the end of the conversation, he was like, you know what, I think you'll be great. You should do this. And I said, okay, well, here's what maybe I can talk about. And he was like, that sounds great. And then you
rocked it.
I put it all together, and that was it.
Now, did you have to memorize that talk?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what amazes me, is that people memorize their talk. I bet your background in stand-up helped you.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest. Like the other people, if you're a dentist who came up with a way to keep a cavity from coming in your tooth, and then you go and do a TED Talk about it, and you memorize 12 or 15 minutes of a talk and then give it flawlessly, I'm impressed with you.
Yeah.
Me, not so much.
Now,
I'm not impressed with me. This is what I do every single week,
I watched it twice.
Awesome.
Because I really felt like I wanted to understand the concepts behind it. And you talk about the unintended consequences of technology.
Yes.
What did you discover? What got you interested in that particular topic?
Well, the first thing is that we live in the age of technology. We live in the information age.
Did it help you return emails better?
No. We live in the age of technology. Right. And by the way,
talk about how I had to finally get through to Chuck.
Yeah, okay. I'm a guy who does a TED Talk about technology, and I suck at technology, okay? So full disclosure. Yeah. But, I've always been interested in science. It's been a passion of mine, pretty much most of my life, but I've always been closeted. So I've always been like this closet geek nerd person.
Oh, you didn't want it to come out?
No, and because I was, as a kid, I was bullied and beat up because I was kind of smart and a little nerdy. I was also a difficult student for my teachers because I was wise ass and I like to make jokes.
Yeah.
And I have very little respect for authority. So, it's weird. I'm a highly empathetic person with very little respect for authority.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination. But it worked out for you.
It did.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I've always been interested in science, and technology has always been something that's fascinated me. And so I just, the idea behind a TED Talk is you talk about what you're passionate about. Yeah. And this is the only thing I could talk about. I do a show with Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson called Star Talk,
which I saw. And that's actually when I reached out to you because I was so excited. First of all, I love the program. Love, love, love.
Yeah.
And I got to meet Dr. Degrassi at you were throwing a charity event.
Yes.
And I remember my husband was so beyond excited. He was so starstruck by Dr. Neil deGrasse. It was very hilarious. But the show is fantastic, and your role in it is perfect.
Yeah, I just make jokes. So, but the thing is, I look at it like this is an opportunity for me to sit and have like a free education about astrophysics. I'm getting a master class in astrophysics every time I sit down with this guy. Plus, Neil is extremely. He entertains me.
And he's like a down-to-earth science guy. Like, he doesn't make you feel stupid at all.
No, but that's the true sign of intelligence. It's someone who doesn't make you
really
feel stupid.
Lovely. He's a lovely person.
He really is. I love him. Like, you know what I mean?
You guys have a good working relationship. You've worked with him for many years.
It's been many years now. And, and like I say, Neil is just a great guy. We get along great. And so, when Ted approached me, I was like, you know what? I got to talk about something scientific, something technologically based. And that was it. And so, and then, hopefully make it funny.
Yes, and you did both. And I guess my question to you is, do you think we are more disconnected from each other as a result of social media and technology?
No, I think we're more disconnected from one another as a result of distraction, period.
Yes.
So it really isn't about social media. So think about this. When newspapers first came out, everyone said, we'll stop talking to one another because we'll have our faces buried in newspapers.
Interesting.
Okay. When radio first came out, we'll stop interacting because everyone will be sitting around transfixed by this talking box. And when television came out, that's the end of civilization as a whole, because, we're just going to be sitting around zombified by this, stupid boob tube. And the fact is, none of that is true. Mm-hmm. The disconnection that is happening, think about this. What does social media have in common with this age when it comes to disconnection that television did not? When television came around, you still talk to your neighbors. Mm-hmm. Think about it. You would go out and you would say, not that I was there when television first came on the scene.
Right.
But,
how old are you, Chuck?
Yeah, but I do remember being a kid and watching a lot of TV, and still, like, kids went outside. We had to go outside and play. All right. My mother and my father, the neighbors, came over to our home. Yeah. We spoke to one another in the morning. I remember the dads coming out and standing in the little area, the common area, and talking to one another. And so this is what we saw. People still talk to one another. Yeah. Social media just happened to coincide with the degradation of social constructs of us being connected to one another. I don't think one caused the other. I think they're just on the parallel track.
You know what I think from a psychological perspective, and just even from my own use of technology and the addiction I can find myself engaged in, is that it caters to a self-involvement.
True.
So that you can really direct your self-interest via technology. So I might be looking at something completely different than you, but you can control it 24/7.
Right. In addition to that, the technology is set up for the curators to actually drive you towards things you already like. Mm-hmm. Now, what are we seeing in our society as a whole? We see a greater bifurcation of people based on political views. Oh, yes. We see the fact that we become more tribal when it comes to everything from race to the football team that you like. It doesn't make a difference. We seem to pick sides more. Yeah. I think some of this has to do with the fact that we're only looking at things that we like.
Yes. And also, we kind of hang around with people with the same ideas as you. Well,
everybody wants to be reinforced.
Right.
Right.
In echo chambers.
Right. And so, when I was coming up, and this is just me personally, this is not due to my age but when I was coming up, I noticed that my parents, who are born in the 50s, all their friends were Black. And that actually made an impact on me. I was like, wow, but I had friends at school who were white. And when I went over to their home, everybody in their life was white. And I was like, wow, look at that. The only two people bridging this gap is me and my friend, or me and my friend.
Yeah.
So then I realized that, wow, this is basically how the world is. And I made a conscious effort to have a life filled with diversity.
Yeah.
To have a bunch of different people in my life, to celebrate culture by learning about culture and embracing other people's culture, okay? And as a result, if you were to bring the people in my world together, it would look like a very ugly Benetton ad.
I've seen no.
Yes, yes, it'd be like, wow, that is the worst Benetton ad I've ever seen.
I have to say,
all these different, and my family is that way too.
Well, I'm so glad that I raised my kids in New York City because they also have that.
See, that's cool.
And I didn't benefit from that. So they are comfortable with a broad range of people and learn to see things from a different perspective. And I just think you have a far richer life.
You do.
When you can, when that's natural for you.
Yeah, and so, I think that what social media has done is, one, if it's done anything bad, so the good part is it has connected us.
I mean, I'm a little nosy, so I love all the pictures.
Right.
I do. I love the baby pictures.
Oh, really?
I do. I'm like that weird person who's always commenting on all the baby videos of my friends and people I see.
See, I hate that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just like, keep your pictures, your baby pictures to yourself. Nobody cares about your baby except you and Robbie.
And me.
All right.
Me.
So keep your baby pictures to yourself. Your baby is ugly like every other baby. There's no such thing as a pretty baby. Okay? Maybe 6 months, 7 months in when they start to form, but when they first, they look like little misshapen crackheads. That's what a baby looks like.
Oh, that's except for
and look, Robbie's just like, oh God, what have I done?
No.
Why did I have him on?
But I think it's true. And then you end the TED Talk with saying that really it's up to us to influence and direct artificial intelligence and all the new science that's available to make sure that it's morally sound.
Yes, because technology can only do what we tell it to do.
Yeah.
All right. And even including, AI, and which I'm fascinated by, artificial intelligence, and it is indeed artificial. What I'm afraid of is true machine intelligence. They don't even call it that. They call it artificial. When it becomes true intelligence, then I would be afraid, because that's when you're talking about being sentient, and that's when you're talking about a machine being self-aware.
Yeah.
I mean, those that's scary.
Right.
That's scary, because then that machine could decide whether or not, I should be here. Maybe I'm a threat to the entire earth, and its existence is threatened by me. I mean, what do we do when when our existence is threatened?
We attack.
Right. And so that's scary. But artificial intelligence doesn't scare me at all. Seriously. I have Siri. Siri is stupid.
Oh, I like Siri.
Ask Siri something serious.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And you are also going to be talking about global warming as well. Is that through a TED
haven't
Talk?
you know that?
Yeah,
No.
I do my research.
You really do your research. All right. So right now I am in the very nascent stages of putting together the world's first and largest global youth climate summit, that digital youth climate summit. And the idea is to raise awareness for climate change via entertainment. And I am trying to enlist many A-list celebrities to help with the effort.
Is that why you didn't call me?
Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short, kid. You're terrific. No, but so the idea is, and I'm very passionate about climate change. Not that I should be, okay? No. Because here's the thing. I don't know what you feel about climate change, but know this: it is real, irrespective of what you think about it
or what's causing it.
Or right, the science is settled. Climate change is real, and we are causing it. And the way that we're causing it is through primarily the burning of fossil fuels. Okay, and what we have to do is we have to change what we are doing because that's having an effect on the earth. Something that we call the Anthropocene is happening right now, and that means that man is affecting the earth. Now, mind you, the earth, which is 4.6 billion years old, is going to be fine. We are the ones who are going to be screwed. Okay, so we're screwing ourselves. Now, the reason why I say I shouldn't care about climate change is because the models used to say that 100 years from now, we were going to see some devastating effects. Those same models now basically are saying 30 to 50 years, these devastating effects will start to evidence themselves. We are already seeing the beginning stages of that through these superstorms that we are seeing, these incredibly powerful, long-lasting hurricanes, these the number and frequency of hurricanes that we see one right after the other. All these things are attributable to climate change. You can't name one storm that says, "Oh, that's a climate change storm."
Right.
But the overall, if you look at the whole picture, we know it's climate change. Now, the reason why I say I shouldn't care, 30 years from now, most likely I will be either dead or on my way to death. Okay? 50 years from now, I'm dead. So you know what? Screw you and screw the earth. What do I care? You're the one who's going to be here talking about, oh my God, I don't have a house because I bought a beach house and it's underwater. Right. Or damn, I used to live in Arizona. It's now beachfront property. Right. Or, so the truth is I shouldn't care. But the reason I do care is because I have a 4-year-old.
That's right.
And quite frankly, I would like to see her have a world to inhabit where she doesn't have to worry about something like this.
Let me just switch the focus a little bit.
Do it.
Because, so that's the picture of you in the TED Talk. We also have a picture of you at the Today Show because you do a special segment called Guys Tell All.
I love it.
And so a lot of people really want your advice.
Oh,
and
sure.
we had some viewers write in with some questions.
Oh, cool.
And so they wanted to know your thoughts on a couple of, relationship.
I say all the time, take my advice. I am not using it.
Yeah, okay.
So go for it.
So one of the questions was, what is the best way to ask somebody out?
So first you have to know what the scenario is. If you're just meeting somebody and you want to ask them out, that's a lot more difficult because they don't know you.
Okay.
But if you are involved in a conversation with somebody that you met at a party or something like that, you should do that and be direct. I think being direct is the best way to deal with the situation, especially if you're a man and you're approaching a woman. Rule number 1, do you have a boyfriend? The reason why you ask that is because it gives her an out. Always give the woman an out.
That's interesting.
Always give her an out. Telegraph as many outs as possible because in doing so, what she will let you know by staying in the conversation, what she's really saying is, I'm interested. So every time you give her an out, an off ramp, and she stays on the road, you're like, all right, this is great.
That's a good sign. I like that.
And then you just go like this. Hey, you know what? This has been so great talking to you. I would love it if we could just get together and, I don't know, get some coffee or, I don't know, maybe have 8 babies. Joking. Coffee, we'll just start with coffee. Let me have your number.
So when is the right time to tell somebody that you like them?
The moment that you like them.
The moment that you like
them.
Yeah,
because guess what?
Life's short?
No, listen, they already know. Here's the difference between men and women. Men want to have sex with most women that they see. All right?
Yeah.
You're attractive, you're smart, you're dressed well, you're confident, whatever it is. And a man looks at that and he goes, wow. Yeah. And immediately in his little monkey brain, it goes, we must have sex with her.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. And then you take some time, you get to know her, that may or may not change. Women immediately know that they don't want to have sex with you. Okay? That's the difference.
Yeah.
She knows right away.
Yeah.
The moment she meets you,
No.
Not him. Mm-mm. Oh, no. Oh, watch this. Yep, that's what you get right there. That is what you get. You are not getting any of this. Okay?
Yeah.
And so it's cool to go ahead and tell a woman that you like her because she already knows if she doesn't like you.
Uh-huh.
Now, that doesn't mean that she
Will
won't
she say,
like you.
sorry, I don't like you?
She probably
but
won't.
She'll give a sign.
She'll let you know that she doesn't like you.
Right.
But all I know is this: sometimes that changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that doesn't mean be creepy and stalk a woman.
Right.
But my wife told me that she would never ever date me.
Really?
Ever.
Wow. So how'd you change your mind?
We became friends for real.
Yeah.
And she got to see me in a different light.
Wow.
And then, full disclosure, I'm gonna be honest. I hate to blow you, baby. I love you, but I'm gonna have to blow you up. One of her girlfriends liked me and was like, "He is amazing," and I liked her. And so, out of respect for my wife, I went to her and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know, your girlfriend. I'm feeling her, and I know she likes me. I'm gonna ask her out, unless you have a problem with it, because." For all these years, I've been telling you how much I like you, and I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
And she was like, I do have a problem with that. And I was like, well, you and I have to have lunch and talk about this because you don't have to sleep with me, but I'll be damned if you stop me from sleeping with your friends. So.
Well, and fast forward, she's gorgeous, and they have a beautiful family. You've been married a long time.
20 years.
Successfully, and you know how to be married.
Yeah.
You know how to do it.
Takes a long time to figure it out, but you get it if you stick in there long enough.
What is the best way to help a friend find love?
Keep your mouth shut and mind your own damn business. That's the best way for you to help a friend find love. Unless they come to you and say, hook me up with such and such, or help me find this.
Are you a matchmaker?
I'm very good at matchmaking.
Yeah, I love matchmaking.
Yes,
yeah.
But I only do it unless somebody says to me. Now, what you can do is say, hey, I know this person.
Right.
They might be perfect for you.
Yeah.
But you know what? You need to check them out from afar. Let me see what you think. And then I might work a little magic for you.
That's fair.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way. Okay, how do you get back into the dating world after being married for a while? So this would be somebody who's newly divorced. I'm sure you have friends in that situation.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So all I can tell you is this. I once jumped into the deep end of a pool and I did not know how to swim.
Oh, really?
And I almost drowned. And I just, to this day, I can remember the lifeguard putting his hand under my neck and pulling me up and pulling me to the side of the pool.
Did you think you could swim? Why would you do that?
I'm an idiot, okay? It's really that. Seriously, it's that. It is that. Like all this TED Talk and technology and science.
It's a good thing I was not your lifeguard because I failed the test.
Yeah,
so it's a good thing.
I'm just a straight up idiot. Everybody jumped in and I jumped in, okay? You know how they say, if all your friends jumped off the bridge, would you jump off the bridge? Well, the answer is yes, I would.
Yes, and I did it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So I jumped in and I almost drowned. Now, for years and years and years, I would not go back into a pool. I was terrified, until I met somebody who was just like, oh man, you know what? I almost drowned too. So let me show you how to get back in this pool.
Wow.
So now everybody will tell you after you get divorced, you need to get back out there. Just get back out. They're wrong. They're wrong. You don't need to do that. You're a wreck and you're terrified. What you need to do is go ahead and have a good time. Go ahead and find your center.
Yeah.
Go ahead and work on you. Go ahead and be comfortable being alone. And then wait for somebody who's just like, oh, wow, I understand what your situation is. And that person will help you get back in the pool.
We have two more questions.
And hopefully you'll have like crazy sex in that pool. And it'll be like, oh my God, that was awesome. All right.
Can confidence be faked or can you be too confident on a date?
If you're too confident on a date, you're not faking confidence.
Okay.
You're overconfident.
You're just overconfident.
You're overconfident. When you fake confident, you come off as unconfident.
Yeah.
Inconfident?
Right.
Unconfident?
Yeah.
Not confident.
Right.
You come off as not confident when you're faking confidence.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I
agree
mean?
with that.
It's like true.
I think it's more endearing to just be authentic, regardless of what that is.
Yeah. Like all I can tell you is, if you're shy, if you're really shy and you're trying to be confident, that's going to come off and people are going to be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you need to meet somebody who appreciates the fact that you're shy.
Yeah, and just be you. And I think that gets easier as you get older too.
Yes, because you realize that it doesn't make a difference no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And also, you don't like most people anyway, so I don't need no friends.
Right. I don't need a friend.
I don't need a friend.
All right. So, any way to avoid being ghosted? I hear about this all the time in my practice.
Ghosted
this comes up a lot.
First of all, here's the thing. People who ghost you did you a favor.
I think so.
Seriously.
Rejection is protection.
Yes, it is.
Goodbye.
That's it.
Not into unrequited love.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Yes.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
That's
We are in
it.
agreement.
We don't need that. So there's no such thing as ghosting.
Yeah.
That's somebody.
Your behavior is saying something.
That's it. Their behavior is
and it's cowardice.
And what that person told you is that they lack the character necessary to have an adult conversation say, you know what? I enjoyed being with you. I do like certain parts of it, but this is not going where I thought it was going.
I agree.
It's that simple.
I agree with you. And we do something called the Quick Five here.
Quick Five.
Where we get in deep, Chuck.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
Let me hook up.
First deep question.
All right, here we go.
Are you ready?
All right.
What's the best part about your job?
The fact that I get to drink when I do it.
You mean drink on the job?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There is no job I have that I can't show. If I came in here to be with you.
Yeah.
And I had a martini glass if I had a martini glass in my hand, you would say Chuck has a problem, but we still would have done this interview.
No, we definitely would have. You're right. If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Terribly effing sexy.
Sexy? Go ahead.
That's
one.
it. That's the whole 3 words.
Oh. See, I was always bad at counting.
Terribly effing sexy. No, 3 words. I would say compassionate, empathetic, and
smart.
I would go with smart, but I would go.
Is that not sexy enough?
Yeah. I would go with smart. Yeah, mercurial too.
Okay, there we go. That's even a better word.
Yeah.
What's your favorite college memory?
I can't repeat it here.
Oh, you can't?
I'm sure that this is like more of a family type.
You can say anything. Our audience is very sophisticated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So one of my favorite college memories is Jesus God.
You can make it PG-13.
I'll make it PG-13.
Yeah.
But I got drunk and jumped in the back of these dudes' pickup truck. And they pulled off with me, and all my friends were running down the street like, "Oh my God!" And they looked like some straight up ding 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 like crazy white.
Where did you go to college?
I went to University of Pittsburgh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like it was crazy, but I don't know why these dudes. And I just jumped in the back of the car and I was like, "Let's go!" And
to be young and free again.
Yes. But anyway, we ended up having like one of the best nights.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What's the one
with the crazy redneck dudes?
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
Not bad.
Yeah, I can visualize it. What's the one thing you could never live without?
Wow. One thing? Wow.
It's tough.
That is a tough.
Money?
I could live without money.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even care about money anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, it drives my entire life. I need it so badly, but I don't really care about it, Yeah. I am going to say, I'm going to say at this point, to be honest, I'm going to get real. I'm going to be very honest.
Yeah.
Admiration.
Oh, I like it.
I need to be.
Call me anytime you want that.
Oh,
I feel that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That was very sweet.
I hear ya. And listen, you deserve it. What can always put you in a good mood? PG-13.
I'm a big PG. Let me just put it to you like this. I really like sex.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like it.
And
it does something to me hormonally.
Yeah.
It
does.
Like, first of all, it puts me to sleep.
Yeah,
which
it does that
I have
too.
a very difficult time sleeping.
It keeps your skin young.
It does.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It really does.
And it makes me, it changes my mood.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It changes my mood.
No, it helps you feel connected. It does
it does all
stimulate
kinds
a
of
lot of hormones that are good for you.
I like it.
And your skin.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. Where can we see you next? Because you still do stand-up comedy. We can see you at Star Talk.
So Star Talk, Playing with Science is a podcast that I do. It's called Playing with Science. I also have a very raunchy podcast called Not So Nice Advice.
I was on that.
Yes, you were.
Was I raunchy?
No, you weren't. You were
not.
you were very respectful. It was cool. It was cool.
I was a straight woman?
You were.
I was a straight woman.
But it was good. You know?
That's Marvin. Putting in his 2 cents.
Yeah,
yes.
So Not So Nice Advice, Star Talk, The Today Show, and any club in New York City most weekends. I'm working somewhere in New York City most weekends.
Do you put it on Facebook and put it on your website where you're going to be?
No, but the clubs all put it out there. Like this weekend we have Chuck Nice, so just look for it.
All right. Well,
and you should come see me live because from what I hear, I am really funny.
You are.
I don't know if I
very
was funny here. I don't know if I was funny here today.
You're always funny.
But on stage, they say I'm funny.
Well, we want to come and see you. We're going to put information so people can find you and find your TED Talk as well.
Please.
Thank you for joining us.
I love you so
you.
much.
You're
You know
so
that.
talented in every way.
Please,
and
you're so great.
Thank you for joining us. We're actually doing a special on Wednesday. So come back, join us then. And as always, thanks for joining us on Talking Live.